Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Harvey and this is Juxtaposed. What's Juxtaposed, you may ask? A show which is not afraid to present the serious next to the silly, the important next to the idiotic, and the hard-hitting next to the happy slapping. With that in mind, on today's Juxtaposed Jumble of Jamble, we have the following things coming up. We talk to TBC on the subject of AI in our Hot Topic segment. Joining us in the studio will be the egotistical maniac Ernie Grimes, the explorer of the weird and wonderful Intersar, and our resident film reviewers Jaden and Kian will be looking at the latest cinema releases. But before all of that, it's time to take a look at what's going on in this little planet of ours in our 90-second news roundup. We're back. First up, we've got some trouble at McDonald's. Izzy, who is 18 and works at McDonald's, says she is still witnessing disgusting behaviour months after the BBC revealed sexual abuse claims at the fast food chain. She's one of more than 160 people who have approached the BBC with allegations after investigations. They include claims of sexual assault, harassment, racism and bullying. We do hope that the abuse Izzy is facing will end soon. Next up, we've got a loan shark to chase. Single mum of two who struggles to make ends meet turns to a family friend. She said she completely trusted him, but turns out he was a loan shark. She borrowed £3,000 and paid £5,000 back. He was lending to about 100 people and has since been jailed. We're glad a man with his scum and villainy is now locked up behind bars. Moving up, and I mean literally, to outer space, a robotic capsule to carry cargo from the International Space Station under a competition run by the European Space Agency. It's anticipated the vehicle will make its voyage in 2028. The initiative marks a big shift in the way ESA has traditionally run its projects, and we're excited for when this happens. We're almost finished with 2023, so only time will tell. For our next news segment, get your ocarinas ready as Nintendo and Sony Pictures are making a live-action film of the beloved video game series The Legend of Zelda. According to series creator Shigeru Miyamoto, the film has been in the works for several years now. Director of the Maze Runner trilogy, Wes Ball, will be taking directive charge of the project. We have no idea when the film will release, but we hope to hear more news sometime soon. For our last news segment, we have Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO in the Star Wars movies, and he said it feels like it's time to sell the costumes, props and scripts he kept from the iconic films. The famous gold helmet he wore for his character in the first film in 1977 is estimated to sell for up to £1 million. Daniels said he's excited for his collection to find a good home. Anyway, that wraps up our news. Now let's move on to the weekly film segment. This week on Millimeter Movies, Jaden and Kian will be taking us through their thoughts on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie by Blumhouse. Let's see what they have to say this week.
Hello, I'm Jaden, and I'm a long-time Five Nights at Freddy's fan.
I'm Kian, and I'm a horror film enthusiast.
Welcome to our review of Five Nights at Freddy's. I think, to start off, the practical effects of the movie are incredible.
In the film, they opted to actually create the animatronics, and it's amazing what they created.
To see these animatronics be replicated so perfectly and come to the big screen is an incredible feeling as a moviegoer and a big fan of the games.
The amount of effort they put into the animatronics, I originally thought they were CGI, but then it was only after coming out the movie I saw YouTubers, or a video of YouTubers, actually interacting with Freddy and friends.
The amount of detail put into some of the background or the more missable scenes is actually quite outstanding. There are so many references to early FNAF theories or characters that only true fans of the franchise would get.
As much as they may have those Easter eggs, they aren't integral to the plot. I was able to come into the movie as an outsider and still enjoy the movie.
It's good that the movie was approachable for newcomers to Five Nights at Freddy's. But as a FNAF fan, that approachability becomes one of my main problems with this film. The film is very cut and dry. If you know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, you'll know how complicated the lore is. Countless hours of theorising and thoughts have been put into the games and the books. But for this film, it doesn't really feel like it has any secrets or importance. The film goes over the story of the first game. 5 kids that went missing at Pi. That's it. It's incredibly simple, which is not a word I should be using when talking about modern day FNAF.
Despite all of this, the film is still a lot of fun.
As a FNAF fan, I really do wish there was more to this film, but that doesn't make it inherently bad at all. I had a ball watching it, and it's great to see FNAF finally on the big screen.
Removing the legacy of Five Nights at Freddy's from this film, you have a standard and harmless horror film.
I wish we could have had the Toreador March there.
Can we get someone to go check if they're alright? I didn't like the sound of that music. Next week, if they're alive and well, Jaden and Kian will talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It's time now for our first guest and our hot topic. This week, we'll be talking about AI. Welcome back, folks. Today, we dive into the world of AI, or artificial intelligence, where we'll be discussing the biggest debated question of this topic. Is AI the future that will replace the human mind? Can AI truly emulate the complexities of human emotions and creativity? In the pursuit of perfecting AI, are we sacrificing essential human qualities? And are there certain things where AI should not be allowed to replace human decision-making?
AI are machines that are artificially incorporated with human-like intelligence, using advanced algorithms and mathematics in order for them to complete tasks as a human would. Artificial intelligence is used in many aspects of our daily lives, many of which you may not have even noticed. Social media uses AI to perfectly construct an algorithm of videos that you personally would like to see. All of your adverts on your device are tailored to you, using data collected about you by AI. Security cameras around the streets and on the roads use artificial intelligence to recognize your face and number plate as you got about your life. These are only a few examples of how AI is used in the world around us. One of the biggest questions surrounding AI is if it is good or bad. Is artificial intelligence inherently dangerous? Or is it the people using it that make that decision? Now, there isn't a mad scientist threatening us with his evil robot army, but it's the fact that everyone has access to AI. Nowadays it can tend to worry some people. One of the most current worries people having in regard to artificial intelligence is AI taking people's jobs, where people take time and effort to undertake certain tasks. I can do the same thing much quicker and reduces human error, making it in some cases a very good option for the companies in charge. But this can be very bad for the people in the industries that this poses a threat to, as they can lose their jobs.
To help us understand this intriguing and rather controversial debate, we'll welcome our guest. Hello, Callum.
Hello, Harvey.
So what are your thoughts on these intriguing questions on the state of artificial intelligence?
I think, as the video said, AI can be both bad and good. Especially in a creative industry, I think AI definitely can help, and it has some good points. But I think overall, it can be bad.
So you think there are some positives that you can use when creating?
Yeah, absolutely. I do quite a bit of editing and motion graphics, and I use a bit of AI to help me with my effects and my transitions. So there is quite a bit of overlap between human and AI. But I think when it comes to relying on AI, I think that's where you got your problem.
So AI is already being implemented in your line of work. So what are some negatives that you're already seeing?
I mean, you're already seeing AI be used solely for certain things. You're seeing AI exclusively make intro animations. You're seeing AI exclusively replace actors during the actor strike. You know, instead of having that human touch, they are just using AI, which, like I said, is a bit of a problem.
Well, I think we've actually got a chart here which actually shows the growth of AI in recent years. And you can see that starting from about 2016 and going through the pandemic, it's really shot up and it's being used very, very frequently. This is 2021, but I can only imagine how it is now in 2023. Seeing this graph, does it worry you, or are you excited for the future?
I guess it slightly worries me. The AI has grown so much in the past few years, so it's no wonder the numbers are so high. But it's not the numbers specifically that worries me, it's more the companies that see it. You know, big companies, higher ups with no creativity, they just see big numbers and they think, we need to start using AI, you know, there's a budget for it. And I think that's what causes the problems, like I said,
Yeah.
with Disney having AI actors and animations.
So I think there are definitely positives and negatives to AI, but only time will really tell. Thank you very much, Callum, for giving us your insights on how AI is changing the growth of society. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, now it's time to take a little break. Coming up after these messages, we'll be introducing Intisar and his world of the weird and wonderful. And of course, the legend that is Ernie Grimes. Ernie and his team went to find out what's happening on the streets of Camden. Let's roll the VT and dive into Ernie's field trip.
What's your thoughts on the 2008?
You can ask me after the song, maybe.
Hi, I'm Ernie Grimes, and we're here in Camden Town. We're going to be interviewing people today.
Hi, I'm here with
Sid.
What do you think about the 2008 stock market crash?
I think it was quite shit actually. I lost my house. A lot of my parents lost my house. They had to like deported in a ship back to Africa, right where they came from. Yeah. So it's a little sad, yeah.
That's really sad. How do you think we can solve it?
What do you mean solve it? It's already solved, bro. That shit's back in the past. You gotta move on. You gotta look at what the crisis right now, right here.
Yeah. What do you want to tell the people?
I'm gonna be famous soon, so like yeah, this is my first time out in the internet. Nico, Chunks, KSI, everyone, I'm out here for you. Peace.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Should marijuana be legalized?
Well, here we are in Camden Town. It's 2023, you know, and I think as we see around the globe, marijuana is being legalized everywhere. There's less risks associated with it. The science backs it up, you know. We need to test. We need to test its medical applications and its recreational uses. It's becoming normalized and credible, encouraging full legalization and decriminalization. If England were to legalize weed right now, we would become one of the leading countries, the leading economies in Europe. It's actually safer than alcohol. We would make over 60 million a year in profits, and that would not even be selling the smokable bud.
Welcome back to Juxtaposed. Before the break, we left you with our awful anchor, Ernie Grimes. And it's with a heavy heart I have to announce.
Woo! I'm here! Woo! How are you, man? You good, bro? Nah, bro.
Great to
Hey,
meet
how are
you.
you?
Amazing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's the first episode of the Ernie Grimes Show. Are you excited?
Yeah, very excited.
I'm so excited right now. I'm so hyped. You don't even understand.
Okay, well, before you get too excited, why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Me. My name is Ernie Grimes, and this is the Ernie Grimes Show. On this episode of the Ernie Grimes Show, we've got some interviews, we've got some fashion, and of course, we've got me. So play the intro.
Whoa. What's all of this?
It's the intro for the Ernie Grimes Show.
This isn't the Ernie Grimes Show. This is a show called Juxtaposed.
I was told I'll be presenting a show, and it's called the Ernie Grimes Show.
No. This is the Fever Dream segment of the Juxtaposed.
Fever Dream?
Yes.
Play the intro!
Are you happy now?
Yeah, man. You want some?
I'm alright, thanks. I heard you've actually got a segment that you brought with you, so do you want to get started with
let
that?
me introduce the show first, man.
Okay.
It's my show. Welcome to Fever Dream. I'm your host, Ernie Grimes, and have I got a show for you today? Starting off, you may look at me and think, God damn, what I wouldn't give to have a fit like him. You can buy what I'm wearing at www.erniefit.co.jp.
Well, obviously, you don't have to look like Ernie here. The great thing about fashion is it's just all one big spectrum.
It's funny you say that. My doctor actually told me I was on the spectrum. Like the fashion spectrum?
No, I think he was actually talking about a different kind of spectrum.
What do you mean?
Alright, anyway, just pull up your first image.
Let's go to the first image then. Wow, would you look at this man? He's looking so slick, chic. I mean, just look at it. The suit, I guess you could call it a suit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, well, what?
the colors are just bouncing off each other. I mean, look at the shoes. They work so well together, man.
I mean, what's going on in the background here? That's what I'm more.
You're
focused
right.
on.
What is going on in the background? You can see his shoes are matching with the brick. Oh my God!
All right,
who
that's
known?
not what I'm talking. You know what?
You wanna go to
Cut
the
to the
next
next
image?
image. Cut to the next image.
Okay, let's just go to the next.
Oh wow.
Wow! Now this is what I call fashion. He's a fashionista right here, bro. I mean, you can see he's skydiving and he still looks cool. That's my guy right there, man. He just looks so cool.
When did you go skydiving?
What do you mean, when did I? I mean, can you not see it? I mean, let's just go to the next image.
Oh, whoa, okay, you know what? We're not showing this.
No, I think we can show this.
I think I'm gonna have to actually cut you off
no,
here.
I
think that's
because
all
he
we have
looks
time
too
for.
good. Is it because he looks too good?
I think it's all we have time for. I don't know if this can be shown on television.
This is all I get for the Ernie Grimes show?
All right, well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think that's all we have time for the Fever Dream segment. But don't go anywhere because we are going from one crazed mind to the next. Inti, would you like to tell us what you have in store for us today? So Inti, do you think you'll be getting any of these body mods yourself?
You're supposed to be my agent. What are you making me do here? I look like an idiot on TV. Please, don't make me come here if you...
Right, well, I'm not sure if we'll be having him on again anytime soon. We're almost out of time for Juxtapose this week, but join us next time where we'll look at a new film.
Kill. The power to kill by fear itself. All this crap. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts.
And apparently we need more Ernie, so he's back with another crazy interview. And if he can control himself, we might let Inti come back next week as well. Or maybe not. Anyway, that's all the time we have for Juxtapose this week. A big thank you to our studio guest, Callum, our studio audience, and to you guys at home. My name is Harvey, and until next week, goodbye.